So what we have here is we have a light, and it's got a solid piece of glass here, and nice. I can polish that up a bit. The other one is in pretty rough shape, but they're going to get painted, I believe. Since how they're in such rough shape, I'll paint them. This is a single filament bulb. It was strictly a signal light only. What I want to do is I want to change it into a brake, park, and signal light affair. I'm going to have one on each side of the bike, up near the top of the fender. It has an elaborate system of holding the lenses in, and you'll notice when I take this lower part off here that it's an integral part of the bulb holder, and which gives me concern. I've had to work through it. And get to a point where I'm going to decide how I'm going to deal with this. So this, basically this part here, fits into the outside, which holds one of the lens keepers, and this back part here fits in here to be held. So what I did was I bought a couple of these. There was a loop around here, and this was a catch, and it was being held by a loop. I already cut the loop out. What I wanted to do was I was just going to cut this off, drill a hole in here for the upper part, and then bend this down and drill a hole and cut it to shape. Problem being that this broke on me on the other one, so I'll do the same thing. Or wouldn't it be nice if it just worked, eh? See, it just broke because it's a bit of a hardened steel. So how am I going to deal with that? Well, we'll just get rid of it completely, and I got a plan. This was not easy on the other one, and it's not easy on this one. But I just got to get it off of there. I ain't gonna work if it's hard today. There it goes into the garbage. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to the anvil, and I think I'm going to pound that down. But first of all, I have to get the inside out. And so, and it's on a, it's got two tracks here with a spring inside. So basically, if I push down on one side and make it tilted, get it at a bit of an angle, I can come inside here, and I can, hope you can all see this. I don't have one of those kind of cameras that, see, it just comes out there like that. Now I can put it back in the reverse, and what I've got is I've got a bare dealie here. What I think I'm going to do is go to the anvil. I'll put a socket up inside here, and so this one's a 3/8. Fits up in there pretty good, eh? And that'll give me a base where I can pound that little, it's got a bit of a lip on it there, and I'll be able to pound it down flat. So as you can see, it's that little rolled edge that was holding the other piece on is now flattened like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece, and I have to get rid of this housing. And I discovered on my other piece, if I just kind of come down here like this and get rid of some of it to start with, And what I'll do is I'll just come down here and I'll just shorten those up. The same over here. I have to go backwards. I don't have my greens. I don't know where they went to over the years. They've kind of disappeared on me. I don't like to do this like this with this. But there. So now we'll get rid of all those pieces into the garbage. So now what we've got is we've got a shortened version of the other one. And that's what I had with this one. This one's a bit cleaner already, so we're just going to skip to it. And see that what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this inside here like this, and I'm going to solder it. And then you can see, I just like to work with gloves all the time. You see it'll fit in there like that. Everything will go back together, plastic and everything, once it's welded or soldered in there, and then the wires will come through and I'll be able to reuse it again. And that's what this exercise is all about. So, without further ado, we will get some solder. It's a little grimy and kind of gross. It's old. And I'm just going to plaster this in here. I'm just going to like really get it in here a lot, because you know what? I just want that thing to get it soldered in here really good. That's a little bit much. For sure. And with this being galvanized, I don't know how that part's going to turn out, but it should still solder pretty good, because galvanized is basically lead or zinc. Zinc is like lead, I guess. And so we're just going to plaster that in there. Where do I throw the lid now? Oh well, just put this to the side for now. And then we're going to get this kind of in place like that. I don't know how this is going to work so good, because I sure well want to hold it. But what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to hold it like this, I guess, because we want this to stay in place. All up. I'm going to heat this up. Okay, so I might have been a little excessive on that, but I think what we're going to find is that that's soldered on there quite well. And you can see inside the solder even filled the hole a little bit. And when that's cooled down, I'll be able to check to make sure that that's soldered in there real good, and then I can reassemble it and put all the wires in, and yahoo, Bob's your uncle. There we go. Should almost be cool enough to the touch. Nope, not quite. Alrighty. We'll try that, see how it goes. Okay, so you can see that if I can get it to you. There. It's soldered in there pretty good. Yeah. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take the spring, drop it in, And this here doohickey, get it in there somehow sideways, I guess. So my needle knows. What I'll do is well, the needle nose are kind of all messed up here. That's where Hollywood, I guess, spends a whole lot of time in making sure everything is right before they get going. I'm just going to put these holes in here, like that, twist it in, get it down a bit, get that other one twisted in there, and bingo. She's in there. We got a couple of wires here. I'm just going to get that in there, and then fish through the bottom. Got one in, and get this all straightened out here. Get that one in there, and out through the bottom again, and in place. And she does her spring action, and then we'll see about getting a bulb in here. Oopsie. Hopefully it still works, eh? And you know, it should get in there and work. There, she's in there. Took a little effort, eh? And then she goes, and slide this into there like that. And we can put our keeper on there, and we can put our screw in the back here. And you know what? We're going to have, we've gone from a single filament light to a double filament light. and oh, here, let me show you this other part here. This is the part that we've all been wondering about. This is the converter. This is what takes your cars that got an orange signal light and a separate brake light, eh? This makes it so that you can take all of those separate lights, and here's one of the adapters you get, and here's the other one, and what you do is you plug in, I guess what you do is you tie in, which way does it go? You tie these all into your separate wires for your separate thing, and here's your wiring diagram right on here, and then out you come with this to what I'm hooking up here now. So you got your brake signal and your park light, and it's all inside here. All the switching mechanism works. You know, 25 bucks. I think I paid $22.95 before taxes, and then so I'm going to have 2 light bulbs, one on either side of the fender, and they're going to be a park light, a dim park light, and then when you put your brakes on, they'll both break out, and then when you put your signal on, boom, yahoo. Okay, there we go. We got it made.